You have been drowning yourself in distractions for the longest time, and somehow it's as if whatever the original script of your life was, it feels as if that has become completely gone. You are left with what is rather than what should be. Now, saying should is a dangerous thing because you should gives you this heavy, terrible feeling like you're not enough, you're not there, you are not it. And so maybe the focus on what I'm talking about is the dreams that you had that you woke up from. You no longer dream. You're constantly awake, constantly running, pushing your boulder like Sisyphus. And there's no end in sight. And even the beginning has become so distant in the back. Your feet has become numb. You're just going because your brain got programmed that this is the way it goes. Day in and day out, you do not stop. And the numbing has become so strong, you don't even question it anymore. It became integrated with your brain, your mind, and you always give yourself dismissive reasons as to why this is the way it is. And the funny thing is, you have convinced yourself that this is the truth, even though back then, when you used to dream, when you used to have passion, you were not in any way convinced that this is right. It always felt like, hey, this is for other people, it's not for you. You would never succumb to a state where you become this mindless drone, this mindless creature who gave up. And it's not the giving up in the sense that you give up and it ends. No, you gave up and you're still going. You've become this shallow husk of your past self. And despite the fact that you have become stronger, wiser, you are smarter and more durable, you've developed your outside shell to become this thick and this strong, yet on the inside it's as if the lights have died and it's dark and empty. You no longer question, you no longer rebel against what you disagree with, what you dislike. You no longer dream. Now, I'm here to sit down with you and talk. I'm not offering any solutions. I'm not offering you anything other than a companionship of the soul. Now, the problem also is that you give these bitter, defeatist arguments. The bitterness is seeping inside you. You're still not bitter yet, but you are bitter about your circumstances. It is what it is. That's what you tell yourself. It's like you're fighting back, but your punches are weak. Now, mind you, your case is not hopeless. If anything, I genuinely, truly believe nothing in life is hopeless. And by that, obviously, I don't mean that everything literally you set your mind to can happen. Obviously, no, because if I were to say that, then conflict of interests will arise. you want something and someone else wants the opposite of that thing. If your case is not hopeless and their case is not hopeless, then it's not going to happen. However, what I'm talking about is nothing is impossible, and the situation you are in where you feel like all hope is lost and you might as well just unburden your shoulders and give in to this crushing weight and become absent, whether it's absent minded or absent souled, where your soul is not there and you're just carrying your heavy husk in life, doing what you have to do, drained, weak spirited. That is not hopeless. You are not hopeless, and it isn't what it is. You know, the common saying, it is what it is. It is not what it is unless you allow it to be what it is. So what do you do? I really don't know exactly. As I told you, I'm just here to sit down with you and have this talk. There are things you can do. You definitely have infinite options. And by infinite, I mean literally and metaphorically. Whatever limitations you think you have in life, they are not the only options. And I could go into the absurd and give you weird examples. I can literally right now stand up and leave. This video will end up being weird, but that is an option. You can right now, whatever device you're listening to me from, you can toss it off your hand. Like if you're using a phone, you can just throw it to the side. That is an option. You can, if you're listening to me as you're driving, pull to the side and stand outside your car. Hopefully that is safe to do, not just doing it while it's in rush hour or whatever. I can right now stand up and go to the gym. I can right now go outside. You can literally right now do anything that is not actively an option on your mind. You can quit your job. You can apply for another job. You can decide to buy a guitar and practice aggressively until you're good at it. You can pick up painting. You can travel to a different country and begin a new life as a monk. I don't know, but absurd examples show you that you do, again, figuratively and literally, have unlimited options. I can decide to talk faster and with a louder voice where I'm not going to be talking. You get the point. Infinite options. Now, let's dial it back a bit and let's talk about those infinite options you have. Let's say you have those infinite options and there are probabilities of which options are more likely to take place. The one at the very top is the ones that you more likely used to do. You are more likely to do the things that you did before. Now, these options, you are more likely to take the same road that you've taken and do the same things that you did last week and the week before and the year before, etc. So the things that have happened before are more likely to happen again. What was it? Things that stay in motion are more likely to stay in motion. Sorry. Wow, I butchered that. Things that are in motion are more likely to stay in motion, while things that are in place are more likely to stay in place. More likely. So, infinite possibilities, the ones at the top, the ones that are reigning and more powerful and stronger, are the ones that have happened before. I am more likely to post this on YouTube using the same formula of thumbnails that I used before. And honestly, I care about being genuine, doing something that stems from the soul, more than I do about getting more clicks, more views, more listeners. I do care about that. I want it, but it happens if it happens, not because I'm doing clickbaits or whatever. Again, back to us sitting together talking here. So just because the things that have always happened are more likely to happen again, that does not mean that this is all there is to your life. It is not what it is. It can always be something else. Now, I want you to focus on something here. You have so much power, untapped power, and you forgot that you do. You forgot about the power you have. You've grown numb again. And I'll tell you something, okay? You got so used to the influence of the outside world around you that you kind of wish for an outside force that would come into your life and save you from this mundane life. Maybe you've done this before. Maybe you wish to do it. Maybe you've rebelled a couple of times, or you wish to rebel just to shake the molecules around you, to shake this life up and enact change. But if you've done it a couple of times before and nothing happened, and the rebels, I'm using a water metaphor here. The rebelling effect has died down and the waters became still again. It makes you feel like this is hopeless. I don't want to do this. Why should I do this? Nothing will happen. No new change will occur. I want you to think about what I will say now. The universe has been the way it is for millions of years before you were born. And you being alive here, you listening to me, sitting with me here, you have gone through dramatic events, but over the grand scheme of things, it's not even a pebble on a mountain. It's not even a pebble on this planet. Now, that doesn't mean you are insignificant or the influence you have is insignificant. No, it is completely significant. It's drastic and huge because it's your life. But highlighting how minuscule, tiny it is to highlight how you have so much potential to do what you want and enjoy and create new memories and live the life that you want to live and change it as many times as you want. And I mean change aspects of it, not change it. Because something this fleeting shouldn't feel this heavy. It should feel beautiful, passionate, fun, exciting, and positive. It should feel positive. It should feel good. And I'm not saying the destructive kind of good where you go wild and set things on fire. No, I'm saying good as in happy, joyful, peaceful, like droplets of rain, meadow on plants and flowers, like this, like the sunlight at dawn. So don't give up. Don't feel hopeless. And even if things have been, I wouldn't say stale, even if things have been feeling like there's no way outside of this, believe me, there are ways outside of this, not just a way. Change can happen. Change can be created by you. So believe in yourself. I believe in you.